Hello, everyone. So, I'm here to share a vision and a message from Jesus. So, Jesus took me above the earth, and I was pushing this device that either sent me forward or backward in time. When I went back in time, I saw civilization as pre developed, and then I went into the future, and the earth looked almost identical to what it did in the past. I asked Jesus, "Where are the people?" He responded, "They are living underground." And that's when he showed me the entrance to an underground civilization that was hidden beneath a deep cliff or terrain. I discerned that this was way in the future, and during the time when the Antichrist had already made his identity known. Jesus spoke. What I've shown you is what will take place in the future, Dominique. Things will become so bad that many people will be living underground. You already know about the underground cities that exist where many of the elites live and where they are keeping trafficked children that haven't already been murdered, as well as many creatures that you thought only existed in movies. These underground cities were not ordained by me, but I will lead many to build some that will be fully under my protection for those who seek me wholeheartedly and be ready to obey during those times. This will be a time far worse than the time you're living in currently, and if you are not close to me, you will not survive. I repeat, you won't survive these times. At this point, Satan has gained so much foothold in the world, and he will be using the Antichrist heavily to do his bidding against my children. This underground civilization will be the hub for those who are in my remnant army and will consist of many who have been left behind, who give their hearts to me, as well as my servants who I've called to stay behind and help those who have been in the dark for their entire lives. These individuals can't be touched by Satan and his demons, which include the government officials who will take positions of power under the direction of the Antichrist. But they also have the ability to lose themselves if they give into the flesh and don't continuously follow my instructions very precisely. When I tell you that in this time that I speak of, any and everyone can lose themselves in a blink of an eye, I mean that. You will not be able to use social media or cellular devices, and the moment that you even send a text or go into your internet browser on your phone, the operatives working for the Antichrist will know your location immediately, and your safety will be compromised. This is how dangerous it will be in these times. I'm training many of you, including Dominique and her husband Marco, to learn to live as self-sufficient as possible and in much self-denial, because this will prepare you for these days, as you will not be able to use 99% of the luxuries you currently enjoy. These are very tough times coming ahead, my children, and I'm asking for you to seek me for the wisdom and how to prepare yourselves for this future ahead. Do not sit back and believe that you will be raptured and won't have to experience any of the things I've spoken about, because you don't know what your future will be or what I've called you to endure. Many of you have this belief and assumption and feel that you don't need to prepare because I will take you away before all hell breaks loose on the earth. You are sadly mistaken. I will You are sadly mistaken. I will not completely absolve you from suffering just because it's your desire not to suffer. That isn't the call of any of my children, to be released from suffering. And because so many of you believe this, you are already in the dark and can't see what's coming in front of you because you aren't allowing me to guide you through each step you take. Please let go of your desires and your pride and seek me in this day and hour, my loves. Don't delay, or you will not be prepared and will increase your already planned suffering for the future. I promise to be by your side through every step of the way and to give you encouragement and strength. But I'm asking for your obedience and sacrifice in the little things, for they will make way and prepare for the bigger things I will call you to let go of. Trust in me, and you won't go astray. And that was the end of Jesus' message. So that was quite a doozy, and God is revealing a piece of what is going to happen in the future. And this is during the time, as he said, where the Antichrist will make his appearance and where he will be in power at this point. So this is when this will take place in the future. Many of us will be living underground. We will not be able to have our luxuries. We won't be able to use cellular devices because that will be a means to track us, right? And so there is so much coming in the future. And as he said in the end, which I think was really powerful and eye-opening, because yeah, a lot of people are just sitting around waiting for the rapture to happen. They are waiting for God to just take them away so they don't have to deal with any of the hell that is going to break loose on this earth. And that is not going to be the case for a lot of people. A lot of us are going to experience a lot before we leave this earth. It's not just going to be God is going to whisk us away from all of the danger. No, because we would not be truly purified if we didn't have to go through suffering. And some of you may say, well, I've been suffering my whole life. And maybe you have. But only God gets to determine the amount of suffering that we endure in this life. Only He knows what you are made of. So you may say that I have had enough suffering, but that is not what God may be saying concerning you and your life. So we have to realize that He has a plan. So if He allows us to suffer through things, it's for a reason. And trust me, it's not something that is easy to, really accept, but we accept it when we know who's in control, which is God. God is in control. Satan is not in control. He just has a hand to play in what's going to happen in the future, but he is not the one that's in control. God is. So we have to remember that He holds our future, and we are persevering through the trials of this life so that we can see Him again. And He is calling us to His heart always. He's calling us to draw close to Him. And the closer we get to Him, the more we can receive instruction, the more we can receive direction. And so I pray that you will receive this message, that you will begin to prepare your heart, that you will open your heart to Jesus if you have not already. And I promise you will receive so much if you do this, okay? That's a promise I can actually make. If you open up your heart to God wholeheartedly, like seriously, He will show Himself to you. He doesn't want to hide from you. He loves you. You are His child. You are His treasure. You are everything to Him. So if you truly want to be close to God, He will be there. He will meet you. Because he says in His word, Jeremiah 29:13, those who seek me wholeheartedly will find me. He says that. That's a promise, right? So we know if we seek Him wholeheartedly, we will find Him. All right. So I encourage you with this. Continue to pray just for yourselves, for others, for the world. And God bless you.